At this stage, we've advised Faf to reserve his position as regards the match referee's finding and wait for the full reasons of his decision before deciding his next step. Very understandable. Faf is obviously disappointed by the decision, and I can fully understand that. In fairness to both him and the ICC, this is an unprecedented case involving unique issues of policy, science, and performance that need to be carefully considered at the highest levels in the game. There are also other issues relating to fair and just process, interpretation of the rules, and importantly, the consistent application of the Code of Conduct that needs to be considered. CSA believes that the laws of the game do not currently define the term artificial substance, leaving room for inconsistent application of the rules. For instance, the laws currently prevent the use of artificial substances to polish the ball, yet artificial cotton fibres from playing kit can be used to shine the ball. Players also regularly chew gum when applying saliva to the ball or ingest sugary drinks and sweets during short breaks in play before shining the ball. No action is taken in such circumstances by the umpires. Test match cricket is competitive sport at the highest level, and players and fans deserve certainty around these issues. Integrity and consistent application of the rules are important for everyone. We'll consult with our legal teams. We want to engage with the ICC in a constructive manner, and we want to deal with this properly. And for that reason, we've asked Mr. Du Plessis not to comment further on these issues. I know he'll probably say something at this point, but that will be the last, as this matter is sub judice.
The reason why I'm only speaking now is I think Cricket South Africa made it pretty obvious when they said that I can and will only speak after the hearing. So it's not like I was disrespecting the media by not answering any questions. I wasn't allowed to speak because of the hearing. So I think what happened at the airport was pretty disappointing to see that how things unfolded, because I was never really going to be able to give any answers. So I think we'll leave it at that. As you know, yesterday was the hearing, and the verdict was that I was guilty. I still completely disagree with that. I felt like I've done nothing wrong. I think there's two ways of looking at it. I think you can either look at it versus ball shining versus ball tampering. For me, if you talk about ball tampering, that is something that's wrong. It's picking the ball, it's scratching the ball. Shining the ball is something that I think all cricketers would say is not in that same space. It is something that all of the cricketers do, and I think there will be a lot of emphasis, especially now after this incident, where the game is going, what the ICC is going to do about it. Certainly, if I was sitting here and talking about ball tampering and scratching, I would have said to you guys that two wrongs doesn't make a right, but I don't believe in shining actually as being wrong. It's not like I was trying to cheat or anything. I was shining the ball, and I see no problem with that. For me, I question the fact that whether you shine the ball with a sweet in your mouth or where you actually don't see the sweet and the sweet is still there, I think it's exactly the same thing. I think what they're talking about is sugar or sugary substance or saliva, all the terms that are being thrown around. I think that's so dangerous because 90% of the time, cricketers has got sugary saliva, whether we're drinking Powerade, Coke, Gatorade, eating sweets, sucking on jellies. Our mouths are always full of sugar. So I think it's just such a grey area in the laws of cricket, and I think it's obviously something that will now be looked at. Us as cricketers, we think that it make a difference, but we know scientists, we're not sure if it even does make a difference. So I just think it's opened up a can of worms. What's going to happen now and going forward with the game? I think it's obviously something like this needed to happen to create a bit more awareness around it. The thing that makes me proudest as a leader is the fact that we have stood up as a team against this. I think if you know the character of someone like Hashim Amla, you would understand that for him to go out and say in front of the press the things that he said, you will feel really strong about it. He's just probably the most honest guy on the planet. So for him to say that, it means a lot. But I think it speaks a lot about our culture and how we don't let any outside noise creep into our space. It's been also pretty cool to see that that 99% of the cricketing world has supported me, especially even ex-great or ex-Australian greats. It's good to see that the opposition could still also be on your side. I suppose the thing that's most disappointed about this is I feel that we've come here and we've dominated cricket, we've played exceptionally well. And as a leader, you want to make sure that that takes headlines. So for me, it's been disappointing to see that such a small thing has happened, according to me, and that's taken all the shine away from that. Or excuse the pun. But that's supposed to be that should be the headlines. It's the way that we've played as a team. We've come to Australia, and we've created history. We've been the only team that's walked here and won 3 tours in a row. That is incredible, and it's really hard to do. So I think that deserves a lot more headlines than any of the things that's been saying in the press in the last while. For me personally, it's just great now that I can put this behind me and I can focus on the cricket. I can promise you that since yesterday that my focus is fully now on making sure that we whitewash the Australian cricket team. So it's nice that there's a bit of something behind this game now. We as a team are really looking forward to it, and I'm just glad that we can all be a part of it.